his
Yeah,
life so difficult. So yeah,
that's definitely a big difference. Like Sheik doesn't have to worry about that stuff. Sheik like can get a
exactly.
grab at 100 and will just get the kill. It's pretty much just non. It's really a non-issue. Securing kills is kind of a non-issue for that character. All
Yeah,
right, Logan, the artist formerly known as LSD, versus Brub. And it's funny with Logan because LSD was it's actually just Logan's initials. It's not like, but I think Logan trying to put himself on the map in terms of what a beautiful pivot tip there. Yeah, Logan was a player I got to spend a lot of time with at Summit last week. Kind of never met Logan before, but very very charming individual. Got to commentate with him and. Yeah, just excited to see how excited Logan is about Melee. Really someone who's just really passionate, really positive, really kind of honestly articulate, well-spoken, but also insanely skilled. And I will say one thing is that like if you're looking for that's a bug. Logan's kind of specialty is just ridiculous punish game, especially on spacies. Like I'm expecting lots of 0 to deaths, lots of really brutal combos here. And great reaction tech chasing usually. There he goes for the read.
yeah. You mentioned the reaction tech chasing. One of the things that Logan is really well known for is the forward throw tech chases. A player that actually will use forward throw, like Marth's forward throw, not really something you see as often. Obviously, up throw in this matchup really good. Even down throw in this matchup really good. But I guess tight reactions, it's one of the reasons that they go for that in that situation. Down air, just barely misses it.
I think it was either Kadoran or Logan. One of them elaborated on commentary for me that I forget which it was one of the two Marths, but they were basically saying like, okay, against Falco you go for forward throw a lot because they take a little bit. Falco takes a little bit longer to hit the ground, and so you get to set up really nicely for your tech chase. Whereas with like Fox would hit the ground sooner. But the difference is that with Fox, you can always pretty much get something off up throw, whereas the up throw combos are a little trickier on Falco at low percents because of the weight. So that's why you'll see these modern Marths, going for a lot more forward throw tech chase against Falco in particular, versus Fox. They'll still usually just elect for always up throwing.
Yeah, it's weird. He'll even go for it at like mid percents, but you're absolutely right that like if you're a Falco player at a low percent, Marth doesn't have the kind of guaranteed forward throw into another regrab that he does on Falco or on Fox. And this is beautiful. Wow. Takes it 3 stock. So
Crispy.
that was rough for Falco there. I'm trying to think of like some adaptations he needs to be making. I think a big thing would just be mixing up laser timings and also dealing with power shield a bit more effectively. As a Falco player myself, we see power shield be such a common option from Marth's, particularly because of the bug shield that Marth has. And one of the things you can do, or a couple of things that you can do, one is to do a lower laser that you can jump over immediately. And another thing is if you're doing really low lasers, Marth just can't power shield them at all, at least in that kind of grounded, crouching state. So making Logan work a bit harder for the laser play is a really, really important thing that we could be seeing from Brub.
Sure, yeah. Oh, wow. Falco's shine so tiny.
Dude.
Ouch. Marth just kind of, yeah, that fastball forwarder just covers so much airspace there. Very hard to weave around if they do that correctly.
I feel like so much about Spacies versus Marth is just like having the mental composure to be like, this is fine. This, yeah, I'm down 2 stars. It's fine. It's okay.
You have to play with confidence.
I know when Mango was talking about playing against Zane, he said something like, I missed an up throw up air or whatever, and I was thinking like, that's so big. Like, how could I miss that? And then he realized like, no, like it's okay. I can still win this. I can still turn it around. And if you're Brub and you get killed at like 16%, and you're seeing what we're seeing now, like,
I mean, I'm not even sure with Brub if at this point this is starting to feel like a throwaway game. There's only so much zen you can really be about these combos before it's like, wow, just take the next game, see if we can do better on. All right, should be a KO here. No.
Yeah, that's wow. Goes for the immediate up B, cleans it up. That's a 4 stock. Yeah, it's like you're saying, like at a certain point, you can have like Gandhi levels of mentality. You're still just gonna be completely dumpstered. So good stuff to Logan, but we're gonna go to game 3. All of these sets are best of 5, which is kind of nice. I think we're gonna see a counter pick, like a different stage or Battlefield once again.
I mean, Battlefield's a fine stage for the matchup. I do also think that, like, playing Marth on Battlefield, usually you can't the platforms are wide enough that it's actually kind of hard to like cover everything, unlike on stages like Pokemon Stadium or Yoshi's. But so I mean, yeah, I think it's like the right stage in the matchup, that or Dreamland. But I mean, I just don't really think it's a question of stage right now. I think Logan's just hitting way too hard, and you know, Brub is gonna have to match that to a certain degree. I also think that like a lot of the that's a bummer. Oh, look at the surf shop, dude. Manning the surf shop, little pachyderm. There it is. There it is. Okay, Brub started to show some signs of life here. Really, honestly, really clean platform movement from time to time from Brub.
Yeah, it did feel like, you know, in the Matrix when Neo first kind of realizes he's the one and he sees like the agents moving in slow motion. It kind of felt like Logan had a bit of that, where it's just like, I know what you're gonna do, goodbye, stock deleted. And it's nice to see Brub kind of mixing it up a bit, because it was really looking rough. Logan absolutely in the zone.
So much better, but there's the reaction tech chase from Logan. Ouch, up tilt covering the descent there. Yeah, you gotta be, you know, one thing that people don't super duper often talk about in terms of Marth's strengths, like people talk about the sword, people talk about the grab, the punish game. But one thing that's really interesting about Marth that people don't talk about as much is kind of how good his Isaiah frames are, or actually IASA frames. In other words, he can cancel his moves like down tilt, especially dash attack, kind of earlier than a lot of characters, and I think people think that Marth's going to be in more lag than he actually is in. And a lot of these instances where Brub thinks he's a punish but doesn't really are because of that.
Yeah, I think particularly just because with the IASA frames, you can cancel it with a dash, and like Marth's dash has got to be like the best dash in the game. It's just so threatening, so scary, and so if you can pair like having really good interruptible moves with like, hey, I can move out of this space, I can make your life difficult. Wow, okay, relax, Logan.
Yeah, it's like you disappear. Holy smokes! Thought that was gonna be a tipple.
Oh, goes for the C, too high of a percent though, and wow, look at these cancels. Oh my god. Definitely feeling himself, hey?
Oh!
Yeah.
I like that down tilt. Stop. Yeah. Keep him prevent him from doing all that stuff. Alright. You know what I realize is nuts about this stage, by the way, is that I love all the work that Primal did in the foreground, but what you might not have noticed is he also deleted the 2 islands in the background.
Actually, that's really good.
On the actual Yoshi story stage, there's 2 little smaller Yoshi stories in the background. All right, Brub. This is the best Brub's played all set.
It really is. Like 158 still living. You bring up the skins. I think one of the things that's so funny about like skin modding is like we're really at a point where it's like an art. Wow, 181. This is doable for Brub. Gonna be probably the most uphill battle we've ever seen, but 13% getting through the crouch cancel damage. Just yeah, the grabs. I mean, up throw not even gonna do that much though, but it doesn't matter.
Wow. Brub looked like a whole different bird on Yoshi's Story. I will give Brub that. That was some actually really honestly impressive movement there. But yeah, I think the confidence and the punish, the confidence in the edge guards just wasn't quite there. Even situations like, you know, knocking the Marth off stage at 100, you could set up for an edge guard by grabbing the ledge or threatening with lasers, and Brub kind of just didn't really do anything. Whereas, you know, obviously every time Logan got an opening whatsoever, it was taken to the limit. So yeah, I think Logan just showing just better presence of mind on the offensive, which is tough. That's something that's really difficult, I think, if you're playing someone